What's good, y'all? It's your boy Cam, and I'm back with another reaction video. Today we're reacting to McDonald's worker shot after teenage snaps over wrong order. The title don't speak too much about the situation, how it occurred, how it unfolded, what it can have you, but I feel like people are losing sense of humanity all over the place. Understand? Shooting people for no reason, shooting people for dumb shit, shooting people for minor reasons. That's just everybody's solution to everything nowadays is just to shoot at people. Do I agree with it? Absolutely not. You understand? People gonna do what they want to do. Being that you're a teenager, shooting at somebody over some fucking fast food, I would never agree with. I think that's the dumbest shit you could possibly ever do. Simply take your shit and go home. Either come back, get the right order. Hey, listen, my shit is wrong. But to want to pull a gun out on a worker at McDonald's is actually crazy to me. But that's enough talking. Let's get into this video and see what's actually going on. Before we get into this video, if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe with the like button and post notifications so you're notified every time I post a video. Also, if you guys have any videos that you like from me reacting on social media sites in the description below, feel free to send them in and I'll react to them. With that being said, let's get right into this video.
Shot this girl over some damn food, man.
What,
No, I saw everything when she shot the girl and everything. I told her.
This entire case started inside a McDonald's on a quiet December afternoon. But what happened in the next few minutes would leave one woman dead, 3 sisters in police custody, and an entire family shattered forever.
Oh, okay. I know you do. You just gotta calm down and stop crying. Everything's gonna be okay. There's a way you can call everything.
On the 23rd of December, 2023, officers were called to the McDonald's on Ralph David Abernathy Boulevard, where the scene was already chaotic. Witnesses were shaken, employees were crying, and the victim, Tamanika Woods, a mother of 4 in her 30s, was being rushed to the hospital with a gunshot wound that would soon take her life.
Damn, I should rest in peace. I think it's a street.
Shot this girl over some damn food, man.
what,
No, I saw everything when she shot the girl and everything. I told her.
Appreciate you.
What you need, sir?
One of them work here, the other one provided CPR before EMS got here. Probably gonna get their name in a minute.
QRV1.
Copy, code 12 on book.
See, I think about shit like this, bro. When I go through shit, I really much like, yo, just imagine, bro, like, fuck, like this shit is so traumatizing. Imagine you rolling and you see a loved one rolling through the emergency room with a gunshot wound, potentially about to die. That shit is still traumatizing, bro. That's what I think before I do, always, bro. Shit like this, just like, fuck with it, you know what I'm saying?
According to early witness accounts, the situation started as a verbal argument between the victim and 3 sisters, including 19-year-old Tanaya Evans. Voices were raised. Hands were moving. Nobody could even agree on what the argument was truly about. But what everyone remembered was the sudden shift from words to violence. Inside the McDonald's office, officers reviewed surveillance footage.
Is there another angle? Like literally, like right in front of the door. Like where everybody's standing right now. Is there a camera there?
Once the officer reviewed the CCTV, they had what they wanted, and all 3 sisters were brought into custody, all to be interrogated separately. Here's what the first sister had to say.
What's your name? Who? Marlo? 1 second. Spell your first name for me.
M-A-L-O.
M-A-L-O. What's your last name?
Woods.
And what's your date of birth?
Oh,
Where you stay?
where do I stay?
Mhm. You said missing?
Oh, let me give you another address.
Hold on 1 second.
You said 154 Cortez?
Gordon Terrace. GOR. That's where I get mail and stuff from.
So how old are you?
24.
24? So there was a situation that transpired at the Mcdonald off of Ralph McGill. And you was there during that time. What happened out there that led to this event?
From the beginning, so we were in the drive-thru line, ordering food, trying to place 2 orders through the drive-thru. One for cash, one for card. They informed us that since they're short on staff, that they're only, I'm doing straight from like, I don't want to miss nothing.
Okay, I appreciate that.
They informed us that they're short staff, we can only do one, so we put all our orders together, and then we went to the window. Our order wasn't complete when we got to the window. We were trying to tell the lady we wanted to add more food to the order. And she explained to us that she's new, because it seemed like they had, the lady who first took our order seemed like she had a little attitude or whatever. So when we went to the window, it was a different lady, and she explained to us, oh, we're sorry, I'm sorry, I'm new to working or whatever. And she was like, oh yeah, we all understand, because at first we thought it was attitude or whatever. So we paid for our food, went to the second window to receive our food, and we looked in our bags, didn't have everything in it, so we went inside to tell them with our receipt and let them know that all our food was not in our bags. So, like, fast food people don't like remaking their food or whatever, so I guess they seemed like they were a little, attitude or whatever.
Which I get, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of them be having attitude because you tell them that they order like you're missing something. They be giving, backlash like, oh, well, I gotta, you know what I'm saying? That, yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Was based, one of my sisters, let me not miss this, would lead to okay, so we were still waiting for our food. Then somebody in the back said, can y'all, why they still here? And then one of my sisters made a comment and said, if we had all our food, we would be gone. So then, after one of the ladies in the back said that, the lady who was in the front register, I guess she catch drift of all the emotions or whatever. And see, my sister was like right here. This is, where people stand, and this is their, whatever.
Kitchen.
My sister was right here getting the sauce from their inside, and the lady from the cash register was like, back up, doing this like this. And she had an attitude, and I'm not sure what my sister said to her. Then the lady who had got shot was saying, she had spoke up and said something and was telling the girl, like, I already know, like, girl, so basically, like, trying to stick up for the register lady. I'm horrible at telling stuff. I'm sorry. So, then, the other lady, I guess the lady taking up for the register lady felt like that was her way to get buck or get big. So she was just walking back like, yeah, because nobody wants smoke, like nobody want to, basically trying to antagonize, saying she want to fight or whatever. And then one of my sisters was like, what you doing all that for, or something, saying like, you could clock out or whatever. And then one of my other sisters was just saying the same thing. And the lady in the back, and the lady who was the guest, who spoke up for the cash register lady, was saying stuff like, antagonizing too, basically saying, oh, called somebody and told them to bring her file in or whatever, because these 4 hoes tripping or whatever, something like that. And one of my sisters said something like, I got it on me, shoot who or whatever, like basically saying the lady was basically saying she was gonna shoot first. Then as we got our food, one of the managers, I guess she was a manager when in McDonald's. She had came up to me and my other sister, the pregnant sister, and asked us.
Hey, look, man. I understand everybody got their conversations and shit, you know what I'm saying? When it comes to that verbal, combative shit. Yo, clock out, you know what I'm saying? Come see me outside, whatever, yada yada. You understand? And I don't know about y'all, how many of y'all, I'm not going to get into that, right? But when you start talking that fire talk, I'm saying that gun talk, it escalates to a different situation. You understand? I want everybody to understand this. You cannot have combative conversation with somebody and try to bring up gun talk, especially if it's not on you. If you got to call somebody to come and get it, if you got to go and get it, if you got to go reach for it, you understand? And you're arguing with somebody, it's never a good thing to do. Because the second you go like this, bow! You understand? The second you go like this, bow! The second you go like this, bow! Ain't nobody gonna wait for you to pull your shit first. Some people will, depending on who they are. But you threatening my life, yours going first.
Like, did y'all get everything? Are y'all okay with y'all need or whatever? And me and my sister were okay, and we was walking out. And then the other lady still kept talking crazy. As we walking out, me and my other sister trying to get me and my two other sisters to leave out. And then next thing you know, the lady.
Damn, 4 sisters?
Told somebody to go get their fire. Had walked up to one of my sisters. And when I looked, I saw her hand. I don't know what she did. Her hand went like this, and my sister's hand went like this. So I turned around, put my foot down, and tried to grab my sister, because I ain't gonna lie. So, and next thing you know, I just heard, bop. So I'm thinking, I'm looking for my sisters, and then I'm just thinking it was a lady that did the shooting, because she said she was gonna shoot first. And then I'm looking, and I see her on the ground, and we try to leave. And I see a man with my sister holding her, like trying to not let her go. And then that's when we had called our mama, and we went to go get her. And yeah, came back, my sister and caught her. And that's really it.
This man holding your sister, did you see him hold your sister down? Or what altercation is
Yeah.
transpired between them two?
I did. It was me and my two sisters was trying to let him go, let him take him off her, because he had the gun to her head, like
Was it
holding
her gun or his gun? Or?
I'm not sure whose gun it was. I just seen him holding. I was trying to touch them, like let her go, but at the same time he got a gun and it's to her head, and then next thing you know the gun started doing this. So I pushed back, like sir, just let her go. Not knowing who shot who still at the same moment. So I'm thinking.
Where did your sister get a gun from?
I'm not sure where she got the gun from, but it was already on her.
Clearly.
You never seen it before?
No.
During questioning, the first sister told detectives that the victim threatened to shoot first. If the victim indeed said that, and she actually had a gun on her, it would have a big impact in the case.
Facts.
But what does the second sister have to say?
So without me asking, because they're going to ask you all that. If it's 4 y'all there, how did they get to that? You know what I'm saying? Like,
When we got in there, mind you, they already missed. They claimed that we had fake tunnels, but we didn't have fake tunnels. We had
was somebody that worked there?
Yeah, they was like, we had fake tunnels. We had fake tunnels. Y'all never gave us the food and our change, you know what I'm saying? Okay, so when y'all give us our food or whatever, mind you, we're in the drive-thru at first. Y'all give us our food. We only got half of the food. So we started telling them, like, we missing this, we missing that. So they getting attitudes and shit, but y'all should have had the right. So we like, all right, we're just gonna come in the inside. So we come in the inside, we standing at the counter. I'm standing like this way, but I'm just standing at the counter, but I'm turned in towards the counter. So the girl was like, we telling the lady what.
No, but what I was getting at is, how you doing? There was so many of y'all, like none of y'all, I guess it could have happened so fast, because none of y'all stopped to the one.
We didn't even know my little sister had the gun on her till we got into it, and this was so crazy. Then before my sister even pronounced that she had the gun, later already called for like, yeah, I had all y'all whole widow, all 4 y'all, the exact what kind of house I had. That's why we keep asking for the camera. She like, she started popping people was coming in there. She was like, hey, y'all hold shot, woo. So then when my sister turned, she was like, hell, who shot? And, you know, tugged on her, like,
Tell y'all.
I got one too, like, type shit. So the lady was just steady woo. So mind you, by this time when they arguing, I'm still walking back and forth to my table back over there to my table, get my food and shit. So the lady started putting her hand in my face, doing all like this. So I pointed back on her face, like, stop putting your hand in my face, like, doing her hand like that. She mushed me 2 times, and we started fighting. Then when me and her started fighting, and then some gun went off, but I didn't know that it was my sister that shot. So when the gun went off, everybody just started running. I turned back around because I ain't see my sister come outside. So when I turned back around, I see Lady laying on the floor. My sister was still in there, and the man had got up his fire on my sister.
The second sister's story closely matched the
First
first.
one.
She repeated that the shooting only happened after the victim mushed food on her sister, and she also claimed no one expected Tanaya to pull a gun. Back at the precinct, Tanaya Evans sat quietly in the interrogation room. She looked tired, shaken, and overwhelmed. When detectives began asking questions, she has this to say.
I ain't gonna lie, man. Like I said in the beginning, shooting somebody with fast food is stupid, man. You know what I'm saying? Going back and forth with people is dumb. But we all know that people, when it comes down to this fast food shit, they always got an attitude for whatever reason. My nigga, if you don't want to work there, quit. I'm saying, if you don't want to do that, then leave, bro. I'm saying? But to want to walk around giving every customer your attitude because you having a bad day or your manager didn't piss you off, it's not worth it, man. You know what I'm saying? And when y'all go back and forth about food shit, or like she said, fake money, whatever the case may have you, why y'all bring up? I'ma have all y'all hoes wet up. Now this is Atlanta slang. You know what I'm saying, if you choose to wanna indulge and welcome shooting at people and shit, whatever happens after that is on you, cause you shouldn't have been bringing that shit up in the first place. Y'all arguing about food, shouldn't be left at that. Jumping, I'm saying, I get it. You felt threatened. But you shouldn't have called nobody until, you know what I'm saying, they introduced that. You know what I'm saying? Until all of them pressed on you on some, yeah, we'll whoop your ass, then I feel like, all right, cool, you should have bring that up. Or even you shouldn't even said it, you should have made the phone call, yo, listen, went back, made the phone call, whatever case may have, because like I told you before, when you having a conversation with somebody and you bring the gun talk and it's not on you there at that moment, you asking to get shot at because nobody gonna wait for you to go and, shoot at somebody else or shoot at them. It's not gonna happen.
All right. You good on the restroom? Okay. Alright. DNL investigator Francis, the investigator McCowan. We definitely want to talk to you about everything that took place today. Just want to ask you a few questions. But before we do that, can I get your first name?
Tanaya Evans.
Spell it for me.
TNIYAEVANS.
And what's your highest level of education?
High school.
Some college.
Oh.
Okay. And is English your first language?
Yes.
Okay. And I'm not asking you this to be offensive. It's just standard. Okay, just to make sure you understand. Okay. So I'm gonna read you your Miranda rights before we ask you any questions, and we're gonna make sure that you understand. Okay. So you have the right to remain silent. Do you understand? Anything you say will be used in court as evidence against you. Do you understand? You are entitled to have a lawyer now and have him present now or at any time during questioning. Do you understand? If you cannot afford a lawyer, one will be appointed for you without cost and he may be present at all times during your questioning. Do you understand? You can decide at any time to exercise these rights and not answer any questions or make any statements. Do you understand? And I'm going to ask you again, and I need for a verbal answer, please. Do you understand these rights?
Yeah, but I need a lawyer. I do. My sister.
You said you do?
I gotta talk to my sister for my lawyer.
Okay. So, but I still have to ask you the rest. Mm-hmm. But let me ask you again, do you understand these rights? Do you wish to talk to us at this time without a lawyer? No. Okay. So, no.
I can call my mama, the lawyer.
She invoked her right to remain silent and requested a lawyer, but the emotional shift came when they allowed her to speak with her mother.
Tanaya, we've been waiting on you to call.
Please help me. I need a lawyer or something.
Okay, so listen. Don't write no statements. We've been talking to lawyers already. They're gonna come down there and talk to you tomorrow. They said do not talk over the phone. Don't talk about it over the phone. You are gonna be okay.
Alright.
Yeah, I'm on that, baby. You okay? Milo and Apple are home.
I want to come home.
I know you do. You just gotta calm down and stop crying.
Can't play with them guns, man.
There's a way you can call everything. Like, we put the time on the phone, and Lord Dad is like, Lord Dad, he gonna put time on money on your food.
Alright.
You already got like a pen and stuff like that, where like we can call you, enter a pen and stuff like that.
No, I'm at the headquarters in this room. I'm not.
You still down there?
Yeah.
They still got you in question. Did you write a statement?
No. I just said I didn't want to talk.
Yeah, that's good. Keep it like that. Don't talk until your lawyer talk to you. Renee Rockwell is your lawyer for the time being. Mama gonna bring her down there and see what they saying and stuff like that. She's gonna try to get you a bond here and all that. So just be quiet. Don't talk about it with nobody. We know what happened. They already got the video. Yeah, we know what happened. Everything. Some other people been recording that was in there. Everything is all. It's gonna be alright.
It seemed like it to me, man. I ain't gonna lie.
You okay?
No. I'm ready to go.
Oh my God. You can't. Just gotta be strong right now so everything can get settled and stuff until we get everything situated. Oh, they want to talk to us.
Alright.
You got my number? Somebody.
Yeah.
She seemed young.
Okay,
No, not she in college though. So probably like 17, 18.
Okay. Apple number 2?
No.
Yeah, you need to get Apple number 2.
What is it?
No, own phone number. Hold on. You know your own phone number, right?
Yeah.
Okay, because we got your phone right here too. Hold on. And Keith said they don't know. Yeah, everybody put in. So we can get them.
Damn, everybody saying hi. She can't even say hi back. I'm even go home and see them. It's just crazy. I feel like I stay out of trouble, man. This shit ain't for everybody. This shit not fun, bro.
Alright. Alright, I gotta get an officer back his mom.
What's your charge? Did they give you any charge? Did they charge you yet?
The man, the investigator came here and said murder, aggravated assault,
In possession of firearm during commission of a felony.
and possession of firearm during a felony.
Mm-hmm.
I don't got a felony.
Murder is a felony.
Oh.
No, you're not a felon. You're not a felon.
No,
So
murder is a felony, so you can't have yet.
Murder is the felony.
What you say, Murder. But she's not a felon.
Oh
No,
my
so
god,
she's-
bro. Fucking people, son.
No.
Oh, murder in the process of committing a felony. Yeah.
Yo, black people kill
Yeah.
themselves.
She okay?
But she ain't no felon. Yo.
Alright, I love y'all.
EOP, hold it down.
I love you too, twin.
The moment she heard her mother's voice, Tanaya broke down. All the shock she'd been bottling up suddenly spilled out. She told her mother she wanted to come home. Unfortunately, Tanaya's insane actions not only took a toll on her, the effect could be felt more by the family of the deceased.
How y'all doing?
Hey, how you doing?
How y'all doing? How y'all doing? My name is Officer Berlin with the Land Police Department.
That's Mom.
That's Mom, okay. They told you what's going on?
I want to see my baby. I need to see my baby.
Okay. So right now it's a homicide investigation, okay? Let me close the door. So it's a homicide
It's another
investigation,
like
okay?
perspective of the hurt.
With a homicide investigation, there's a lot that goes into it, okay? Your child is unfortunately deceased, so she's considered a victim, okay? We have a lot of investigators and officers on the current scene of the incident, and they have to do search warrants and collect evidence and detain who they need to detain to make sure that we're doing everything correctly. Okay. Your child has been worked on here. The Amy is here, but I've been told and given strict orders not to allow you guys to see your child until everything is completely done with the investigation, and I've been told by the lead investigator. Okay. Once they do what they need to do with their end, you'll probably receive a phone call. Okay, and letting you know if you can see your child and identify your child. But I'm just an officer. And the lead investigators are currently working your child's scene right now on the RDA. Okay.
They have both suspects?
Right now, I'm not sure what's going on the scene. I was rushed to the hospital with your child to make sure that she was getting treatment. So I'm not sure what's going on the scene right now.
Okay.
Okay. But I just wanted to make sure I reached out to you and tell you guys my condolences. You know, stuff like this should never happen. You know what I mean? But once the lead investigator gets enough information, you guys will be notified, specifically you, since you're the mother.
So does she leave her contact information?
Do they have anything? Did you reach out? Were you guys on scene?
Once I got there, the ambulance gone, I left.
So you didn't speak to anybody?
No.
Okay. You have
So then I get your choices.
you got name and information?
Lionel.
I'm gonna put it in our chart here, but I don't know how that works. You know.
Well, can I get a spare piece of paper
Yeah.
so I can get her information so I can make sure she reach out to the investigator?
Yeah, I know the mama heard, but
Yeah, I got her
I'm
ID
just
when I
glad
need
that
her,
you know
right?
she's cooperating, speaking, and not lashing out, wilding out. You understand over the situation. You understand? I feel like a lot of people let their emotions get the best of them and want to lash out at the police. You know what I'm saying? At investigation in the process of getting shit done. I want to see my child. This is no way. No, I'm not waiting. Yada yada yada. I get it. You know what I'm saying? Intentions of raising high, emotions are going crazy, but acting out is never gonna be a solution to any problem. You understand? So I commend her for how she's done and holding herself together while they get their job done.
Like I said, from her clothing down to her undergarments, everything is evidence because they have to conduct their own investigation in reference to the ME, reference to a homicide investigator, stuff like that. So I'm sorry you're going through this, ma'am. I really am.
One family lost a daughter. Another watched theirs be taken into custody. And a moment inside a fast food restaurant. A moment that could have ended with people simply walking away. Instead, turned into a shooting that changed every life in that room. By the end of the night, Tanaya Evans was charged with murder, aggravated assault, firearm possession during a felony, and theft by receiving a stolen weapon. The sisters were released without charges, but they remain tied to a tragedy.
Hi, I'm Lisa Figueroa of the Florida Defense Team in Orlando. Unspoken Crime Murders asked me to give some legal insight, not legal advice, how self-defense is evaluated in a shooting case involving a public business. In cases where the suspect claims self-defense, the investigators are going to look at a few different things. They're going to look at how reasonable it was that the person used this deadly force, and was it proportional? Did it match the force that the other person was using? What were the circumstances that led up to it? Who provoked it? Investigators are also going to look at the evidence, physical evidence, digital evidence. Is there surveillance? They're going to talk to witnesses. They'll evaluate the crime scene. They're going to look at the timing about how things unfolded. And they may also look at what the person did afterward. The fact that someone was an unarmed victim doesn't necessarily mean that someone can't claim self-defense. But prosecutors and the investigators are going to look a little bit more closely at the evidence to see whether or not self-defense is valid. They may look at whether or not the unarmed person was actually larger or stronger than the person who used deadly force. They'll also look at whether or not that person was charging them or tackling them or somehow cornering them, where the person had no other way to avoid this imminent threat of serious bodily injury. The prosecutors will also look at whether or not the evidence shows the shooter was being attempted to be disarmed. So if the person that ended up getting shot was actually trying to take away the weapon when the person pulled it, that might be a factor they also consider. And then the biggest thing usually is the defender's actions afterwards. Did they stay on the scene? Did they immediately call 911? Did they give consistent statements? And not that they necessarily should, but those are some of the things that they'll evaluate. At the end of the day, the prosecution will look at it, but ultimately in these cases, it ends up being a jury question. And those are the ones that get to decide whether or not the actions the shooter took was reasonable in that situation.
So first and foremost, I want to start off by saying, as an individual, rest in peace. My condolences go out to our loved ones and anyone who may have been affected by the situation. Unfortunately, someone did lose their life in the situation, so we want to start off by sending our prayers and condolences out to those that may have been affected. Now, I personally don't think that she can claim personal defense because self defense because it was three of them. It was three of them against her, and I don't think that that's enough to say you were scared, unless the fact that, in my opinion, only is she said, "I'm gonna have y'all wet up," meaning that she was gonna get them shot at. Now, I don't know what the altercation was, what the dispute was about over it. Still, it wasn't clear because at the end of the day, one, it may have been about food, and then again, she said the girl was giving her attitude, and the other one was amping the other one up to keep, mouthing off, and ultimately led to her threatening him, saying that I'll get y'all shot up. Now, you going out with your sisters with it going on you just shows that you out to do bad. You understand? I don't think that a gun is warranted to go everywhere. In Atlanta, I feel like, I can't even say that because in Atlanta, it's an open carry law, so you're allowed to carry a gun. You understand? Now, I feel like if you're going out to a party or you're going to an event with a gun, it's because you know potentially what's gonna happen. Now, you go to McDonald's, the gun could have been in the car, but still no, because nobody knew she had the gun, so it couldn't have been a concealed gun or anything like that. So again, yeah, what I said stands, right? When you use a gun and it's not concealed, everybody knows where you have it. I feel like you're going out to do something bad. You understand? And I feel like in a situation, you going out with your two older sisters and not letting them know that you had a gun, or I don't know if they knew if you didn't knew. They say they didn't know you had a gun. Who knows if they're lying? But you going out with a gun just to go get food was not it. Y'all look like y'all was going nowhere crazy. Y'all all got y'all hairs tied up. You know what I'm saying? Scars. One's hairs all one's in a robe. Y'all look like y'all was out. Going anywhere. Y'all looked like y'all was just going to go get food and come back, right? So I don't think that you going to McDonald's with a gun was necessary, unless you got ops beef, whatever the case may have, right? As I was saying before, I don't think that when it comes down to situations, arguments, and conversations with people, a gun should be being brought up if it's not going to be used right there on spot on. You understand? She felt like her sister's life was in jeopardy, and she decided to pull a gun and fire first before the victim found somebody to bring a gun and fire on them. Now, everyone can say the same thing. Oh, but she didn't have to shoot her. Yada yada. You can't threaten nobody with a gun. You understand? That's one thing I don't understand people want to do. Pump fake, make threats. You cannot just do shit like that. You understand? Me personally, I'm not gonna wait for you to go get your gun. Call somebody to go get a gun. Reach to go get a gun and wait for you to shoot at me first and fire at you. I'm just not gonna do it. I don't care if it's 6 of us. I don't care if it's 8 of us. If you're not physically being jumped, I don't see, or not physically, but if you're not physically being pressured, cornered, and to being jumped, there's no reason for you to bring that gun to. You understand? Yeah, it may have been 3 of them. Yeah, you may even say what you had to say, but you don't have to say, y'all get y'all shot up. You're in an open carry state. You don't know who got a gun, who don't, who's carrying, who don't, who has on them, who don't. You don't know. So I just don't think that was the smart thing to do. But again, there's not too much information about this case out yet. I ultimately ended up having with this girl, but unfortunately, looks like you ruined your life at a young age. I don't think that you pulling a gun was the right thing to do, but I also understand why you did it. So be careful who you threaten and say what you say and be careful what you say to people, because you never know how they're gonna take it and how they may react. I get that it was 3 of them and it may have been multiple of them, but you have the gun on you and you could have been defending yourself right there in the moment. So once you decide to make that threat and then come out and say that, I feel like that's what ultimately cost you your life. And unfortunately, this young girl at 19 is going to sit in jail for however long they decide to leave her in jail for, until this case gets resolved, until they determine if it's self-defense or not. But again, like I said, it's kind of iffy because I feel like you shouldn't have the gun on you, but then again, I understand why you had it on you. It's open carry state. I would have had it on me because why not? You know what I'm saying? Just protect yourself. And then also, it's like, why shoot at somebody if they don't have a gun? You don't know if she's going to pull it or not. You don't know who's in the building that's going to shoot at her or not. You just never know. So it's a stupid situation that goes all the way around. Shooting somebody with fast food is very fucking stupid. I can ultimately agree to that. But the situation not to go the way to go. I feel like a lot of these situations that happen on the internet is simply because people just don't know how to control their emotions. Their mouths, they want to wild out, say whatever they want to say, do what they want to do, and ultimately cause either one losing your life to jail or losing life to a gun, or losing life to some sense of violence. So it's stupid, dumb, overall argument, stupid. Simply just go walk away, let it go. But people gonna be people, and people up, say what they want to say, and do stupid shit like this, and ultimately potentially put themselves in worse situations. So I wish both of them. I wish her the best of luck in this case. May the other individuals rest in peace. And to anybody out there watching this video, be careful and make sure you are careful on what you say to people, because you never know how they're going to take it or how they may retaliate to what you say to them. Threatening somebody with a gun is never something to play with, joke with, anything like that. But taking somebody's life also isn't something to joke with, because when you're sitting in jail and you want to go home, it's not always going to go that way. You may have to end up doing some time. So be careful what you say to people, and also know what you're getting yourself into before you go out there and start playing with guns. And that's that. That's the end of the video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, know what you guys think, and then comment section below. You guys let me know if you like this video, and until next time, I'll see y'all.